What's up guys, it's Zed and this is the second video on how to add your creative players into your create a club career mode. This is basically going to be like the first video I created, but it's just going to be more in depth because I noticed that some of you were actually confused because I didn't show a lot of steps. I'm sorry about that because I actually thought that, people will be familiar with FIFA, but apparently some of you aren't, so I'm just going to go through every single step. So obviously you start with creating the player, and however you want to do that, make sure the player is really young, not like young, but like just young enough to make sure a region is not created when you want to sign your players in your club. So you basically do all of this. All of this doesn't matter. You think it's James Chandler, January 1st, blah blah blah. Then you can set the height of the player, the weight of the player in this area. You can set the position of the player here, the his preferred foot, and here this is where you set the overall of your player. You actually just play with all these sliders, however how good you want the player to be. If you want the player's crossing to be good enough, bad, his finishing, blah blah blah, you actually just work on the player and make sure he's as good as you want him to be. Then FIFA will generate an overall for the player depending on the average. I think it's the average they use, but it's something close to that. Then you edit your player's face, the kits, the animations, and all of that. Then when you're done with all the um, editing and stuff, you then save it. His name is James Chandler. You just want to make sure I don't forget that. Now you see here he's in Arsenal, yeah. So he's a 59 rated player. Then you go to edit teams here and you see club transfers. You click on the club that you put the player in. I mean, obviously mine was Arsenal, so I'm just going to click on Arsenal and then I'm going to look for his name. That is James Chandler here. So I'm just going to click on him, and then you see this place on the right. You can scroll to the free agents like what I did, and then you click on it, and then he should get into the free agency. Now once you're done with that, you can confirm in this area here. You see that he is not wearing the Arsenal jersey anymore. He's actually wearing the Pro Clubs jersey when you are creating a player, and that is what the free agency jersey looks like. So when you're through all of that, you go into the career mode. You start a new career mode, but do not click on use initial squads or download latest squads. Use current squads, because current squads is all the changes you have made on your system. Like if you have maybe transferred Ronaldo to Manchester United because he's not in Manchester United on the base game. So if you want to transfer him to Manchester United, you can do all that before you start your career mode, and then you click on use current squads. So your created player that you created is also going to be in the current squads on your game. So you go to manager career, you create the manager. I'm just going to pick any random one out there. I'm just going to press advance, and then you see authentic club, create your club. You obviously know it's create your club you're looking for, so you click on that. You edit all of this, the team name, blah blah blah. You pick what team you want your club to be. I'm just going to go with Norwich, and then select a rival club. Then your kits and crest, you edit that as well. Then when it comes to the score, this is the most important part. If you are making a lot of creative players, like for me, I just created one and he's badly rated, it's 59, so I don't really need that much cash. But if you guys created a bunch of 90 rated players and then you want to put them into your team, you have to make sure you have a very very big budget, because if you use 50 million, then it might not be enough for their wages. So you just have to make sure you put the right amount of wages for the amount of players you created and how good they are. So I'm just going to go with 50 million just because I can, and then you can set all of this, make your this one doesn't matter, the squad age doesn't matter, because you're going to replace the players in the first place. So you can come to this last part of the settings and then just do all of this. You change it to euros, blah blah blah. You disable this, obviously no one likes international job offers, but anyways, you advance when you're done with all of that, and yeah, we're just going to wait for this to load up. Alright, so now that we're into the career mode, this is actually a really good cutscene, and I figured that you guys might want to see this because I mean it's a nice one to look at. It's for, I'm not sure if it's for all of the manager career modes for the authentic clubs or if it's just for create a club. It's just a really good cutscene to look at. So once you are into the career mode, you go to this transfer tab over here, and then you click on search players. Then after that, you come over here and then you put it on free agents, because I mean, it's just easier for you to look for your player, or if you remember your players' names, you can just like search them. And remember to actually make the players young enough, because if they're over 30 or something, they're going to like, there's the possibility that they can be retired. And also, before you search for your players, make sure you do it on the first day, because if you do it on the third day or something, there's the possibility that another team might have signed your players in. So make sure you do it on the very, very first day. That is like a very important sorry, that's a very important step to take. So once you're ready to search for your player, just like click on submit search, and then you should just like go through all of this. I think the player was the strikers. Oh, I saw him here just now. All right, there you go. That is James Chandler. Is 59, a 59 rated overall, and from England. That is basically the player. So you shortlist him in the transfer hub, and then you can just go all the way back to your transfer hub here, and then you see the player that you created in here. So after that, all you need to do is just sign the player. So I'm just going to delegate the wage. He really isn't going to like need a lot of cash, because he's a shit player. So his offer has been accepted. So all you need to do is just accept this, and you do it for all the created players that you created and you want to put into your squad. Then I mean, if you make a lot of players, obviously you have to like release the current players that are in the squad for the team, like the ones that are randomly generated, like all these guys here. Maybe like the really, really bad ones, you can like release them or sell them or whatever you want to do, really. I mean, to be honest, you could just release them, because it's a lot less stress, and I mean, no one really cares about players that nobody knows about, and you know. So you can like put your created players into the starting lineup. Sadly, they don't have the faces that you created them with. I have no idea why FIFA hasn't even like fixed that since FIFA whatever. And that's basically it. The player is in the team, and you know, that's all. You just like do that for all the players that you create, and you should be good. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video and find it useful, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.